Hi, welcome back guys. Today I am back with another new video. In this video, I have explained about how you can implement SCD type 2 in the real project. So basically SCD type 2 implementation is very difficult and is hard in the real project. Okay, so using SQL, I have to explain how you can implement in the SCD type 2. If you work on like data engineer side or ETL side, SCD type is very important. So let's start the video how you can implement SCD type 2 using SQL. So here you can see that this one is my source table. Suppose example in the source table I have example three columns: id, employee name and salary, and destination. One more column is added, is active, or you can as a flag. Okay, so what happen in that case when ETL jobs is run, so whatever data in the source system as it is copy in the destination table. So here you can see that in the destination I don't have any data. So employee id 1 and employee id 2, this one is the new data, so I have to copy as it is in the destination. So this one is the new data and both are the matching in the source table and the destination table. So I have to identify this one is the current record, so I have to set is active as a 1. Okay, suppose example after few days. Okay, suppose example id 1 salary will be changed 100 to example 180. Okay, so what happen, you don't update in the destination directly is the 100 to 180. In that case you have to use same record, copy that one, and you have to paste in the destination table also. And in the before, this one is the is active, so you have to use is active as a 0, and this one is active as a 1. So this is active. Okay, this one as a is active, flag as a 0, flag as a 1. So this one is the current record and this one is the expired record. So using that we have to implement SC type 2 in the SQL. So now go with the in the SQL part. So here you can see that I had basically two table, employee underscore source table and employee underscore destination table. So currently what I have explained before, I have basically three columns: ID, employee name and salary. In the destination, ID, employee name, salary, and one more column is active. Okay, now I have to insert two record in the source table. So in the you can see that I have to insert two record, ID 1 and ID 2, in the source table. So here you can see that two row is inserted. So if I run in the both the table, so here you can see that in the source table two records are present but destination nothing will be there. So I have to implement SC type 2 in the three step. Okay, now go with the step 1. In the step 1 I have to insert in the new record in the destination table. Okay, how I can insert the new record in the destination table? So I have to use select star from employee underscore source. I have to give alias as es, and I have to use as a left join employee underscore destination as ed. Okay, employee destination, and I have to use on employee dot source dot id equals to employee dot source dot employee dot destination dot id. So if I join with this id in the destination, no id is present, so I will getting in the destination table id will be null. So I have to show you that. So if I run that one, so here you can see that I'll getting the null because in the destination no data is present, no id 1 and id 2 is present. So here I'll getting the null. So I have to filter, I need only the null record in the destination table, so this one is my new record. Okay, so I have to use one more condition where employee dot destination dot id is null because I'm joining with the id. Okay, so this one is my new record. So I have to insert what I insert. I have to insert employee dot source dot id, comma employee dot source dot employee name, comma employee dot source dot salary, and I have to set this one is the new record. So I have to set as a 1 as is active flag. Okay, so if I run this one, so here you can see that I'll getting id 1, name, salary, and both are the is active as a 0. So this record I have to as it is insert into the destination table. So I have to insert employee underscore destination. So if I run this query, so here you can see that two record is affected. So if I run both the query, employee source and destination. So here you can see that I have to insert it as it is record in the destination table with is active as a 1. Okay, now suppose example after few days, employee id 1 salary will be updated, example 100 to 180. Okay, now update in the done in the employee dot source table. So if I run both the table, so here you can see that employee ID source table salary is 180, but in the destination it's still showing is the salary as a 100. But what I have to do, I have to update this record as a is active as a 0, and I have to insert this record with is active flag as a 1. Okay, in the step 2 I have to set is active as a 0 for this record. Okay, so I have to use step, so I have to use here step 2. Step 2, what I have to do, select star from employee underscore source, employee source, left join employee destination ed on employee dot source dot id equals to employee dot destination dot id. Okay, so if I join with employee dot both the table id, so this id will be joined. So if I run that case, I will not identify which value I have to update. So I have to, because salary will be changed, so I have to use one more join condition where employee dot source dot salary equals to employee dot destination dot salary. So what happen, id will be matching. Okay, but salary is not match for employee id 1 case. Employee id 2 case, id will be id match and salary also salary match. So in that case I will getting here null. If I run this record, so here you can see that I'll getting here null. I want only this record to update. Okay, so I have to use here, so I have to use here one more where condition where employee dot destination dot id is null. I want only that record. Okay, so I'll getting 1. I only now get, I need only id 1, so I have to update that record. So I have to use employee dot source dot id. Okay, so I'll getting here only id 1. So this id I have to update is active as a 0, 1 to 0. So I have to use here update employee dot destination set is active equals to is active equals to 0 where id in. Okay, suppose example more than one id will be updated, so that's why I have to using in condition. So whatever id will be updated is automatically set is active as a 0. So if I run this query, so here you can see that one row is affected. So if I run this source and destination table, so here you can see that for in the source table salary is 180. Okay, but here is the is the not updated, so I have to expire this one, set is active as a 0. So now I have to insert one more record, this one with is active as a 0. Now go with the step 3. Now go with the step 3. Select star from employee underscore source, employee source, left join employee underscore destination ed on employee dot source dot id equals to employee dot destination dot id, and employee dot employee dot source dot salary equals to employee dot destination dot salary. If I use this thing, so I'll getting what, I'll getting here this one as a null, because here I'm getting salary 180 and here salary is a 100, correct? So that's why I'm getting here null. So I want only this record, so I have to insert this record with is active as a 1, and I have to use where condition where employee dot destination dot id is null, and what I need here employee dot source dot id comma employee dot source dot employee name comma employee dot source dot salary, and I have to use here one as is active, one as is active. So if I run this query, so here you can see that I'll getting 1 John 180. So this record I have to insert it into the destination table. Okay, so I have to use here insert employee underscore destination. So if I run, so here you can see that one row is affected. So if I run both the table, so here you can see that 180 is the set is active as a 1. So these two record is the current record and this one as a expired record. Suppose I don't insert any new record and no updated. So if I run step 1, so here you can see 0 row affected. If I run step 2, here you can see 0 row affected. If I run in the step 3, so here you can see that 0 row affected. Suppose I want to insert one more record in the source table. Suppose example this one record I have to insert as a record ID 3. Okay, one row is inserted in the source table. So in that case only step 1 will be work, step 2 and step 3 is not execute any tasks. So new record will be inserted. If I run step 2, so 0 row affected. If I run in the step 3, 0 row affected. So if I run both the table, so here you can see that I'll getting as a 3 Larry 300, 3 Larry 300 as is active as a 1. So I hope you understand how you can implement SCD type 2 in SQL. If you still have doubt in this video, please comment on the below in the comment section. If you visit this channel first time, please subscribe this channel. We'll meet again this type of interesting video. Goodbye.